Starting your lock journey is not something it's not an easy thing to do. It's literally something that is going to work on your confidence, your self-love, you spiritually, emotionally. Like it's a journey. It's a journey in all of those aspects. Hello darlings, welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to share with you a few tips on starting your locks. So I have been locked for 2 years and 3 months in this video currently as you're watching this. And I started my locks with the 2-strand twist method. So if you look at this picture over here to my left, you'll see how I did my 2-strand twist and how short my hair was. Now, when I began my lock journey, I at first was doing research to see how I wanted to start the locks. Did I want to do 2-strand twists? Did I want to do the coils? Did I want to do freeform? Did I want to do the braided method? Did I want to do micro locks? Like it's just so many options. But after I did some research, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't do that much of research, but I did enough to know, sis, the 2-strand twist method is the method for you. I'll never forget this day. I woke up and I was in Atlanta at this time. I woke up and I was looking at my hair, my natural loose hair, loose curls, and I was like, you know what? It's time. It's time for a change. It's time to switch it up. It is time. Octavia, what you waiting on, girl? Just do it. Just do it. So I said, all right, I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna twist my hair. I got on YouTube and I'm like, okay, should I what's the parting I want to do? Because you also want to know how you want to part it. Let's just say that's step 2. So number 1 is finding out which method you want to start your locks out with, and then number 2 is your parting. So I went on YouTube and I'm like, all right, what kind of parting do I want to do? I saw it was the box parts. I saw it was the I think it was like the curve parts, the diamond, the free parts and things like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so much to it. It's so technical. So my intentions was to do the box parts, and I'm telling you that was my intention because I am not the best hair parter, but I went in with the mindset of these parts of my hair are going to be clean. They're going to be the same size. I got this. And so that's how I started out. I started out with doing, in my mind, the clean box parts or whatever. And as I kept going, it just became like a free part, because I'm like, I don't have time for this. I'm just going to pull some of the hair and we just going to go like that, and we going to hope it's the same size per section. It wasn't. I had different size twists, especially in the front. I feel like my twists in the front were, my twists in the back were smaller than my twists in the front, or vice versa. It's one of the two. And especially around my edges, like I felt like my twists were a little bit too small for my liking. So what I ended up doing is, after like the first month or the second month, I ended up joining some of the locks in the front because they were just too small, and I didn't want them to pull on my edges or to thin out my edges over time as my hair grew. So I ended up combining those locks and made them a size that I liked them to be. But I think if I was to do it again, I would probably just do free parts all around and make sure that my locks were not too small, but just a nice size, so that when they swell, that they look good for my liking and that they're not too small and I have to join them in the future. You know what you're good at, you know what you're not good at, right? So like for me, I've always been doing my own hair. I'm the only girl. I grew up as the only girl. I have 3 brothers. So I've always been pretty self-sufficient and have done my hair myself since I was like a teenager. So doing my own hair is something that I would always do. It never occurred to me that I should go to a loctician to start my locks, because I can do it myself. But if you're someone who does not who is not good at doing your own hair, I would recommend finding a very good loctician in your local area that could start your locks. And then with that, you can also be confident in knowing that your locks are going to be nice and clean as far as the parting, as far as the method. So if it's the coils, they're going to be really nice coils. If they're the twists, they're going to be really nice tight twists, braids, so on. Another tip I'll give you is to ask yourself why you want to start your locks. Like when I started my locks, in my opinion, it wasn't the loc journey, and starting your locks wasn't like as big as a hype as it is today. As you can tell, like I feel like everybody's starting their loc journey, which is great for them, but it wasn't like a trend like that, if you know what I mean. So it was something that was personal. It wasn't something that I felt that I needed to do or wanted to do because society is doing it or that's the trend right now. You know what I mean? Like I started my loc journey knowing that this is something that I'm going to have for ever, like the rest of my life, or for a very long time. Like I have my own personal goals. My own loc goals is to reach my waist length. That's my loc goals. Make sure you know your why you want to start it. You don't want it to be something where it's like a trend and then you are not able to trust the process. So you just want to make sure that you're prepared to go on that journey. Or if you're someone who wants to start your locks with the loc extensions, so you can skip that phase, do what works best for you, love. Like do what works best for you. Don't let nobody pressure you into thinking that whatever you decide to do or how you want to start your loc journey is not the vibe or what's not best for you. Do what's best for you. Like who cares? As long as you're happy, that's what matters. You know what I mean? I would just say, think about what your why is, why you want to start it, and make sure that you're doing it because you want to do it and it's what's best for you, and that this is something that you will be able to commit to. And the last tip I'll give you is to document your loc journey. So, I mean, when you start your locks, you're going to feel liberated. I'm telling you, you're going to feel liberated right off the bat. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I am committing to something that is ultimately going to change you. It's going to change you. It's going to change your life. Or I should say, your life is going to change when you're going through this process. And you want to document that. Not just document your locks, but you want to document your journey while your locks are growing. You want to document who you were when you started and who you are and who you're becoming. You want to document that because I'm telling you, your things are going to change. Like you're going to change in the best way possible, and you're going to notice the change. You'll be like, oh my gosh, like this is the kind of person I used to be, but something just switched when I started my loc journey. And I'm telling you, when you notice the change, it's going to inspire you even more. It's going to inspire you even more because you're going to be like, you know what, you're going to be able to reflect like I'm doing right now, and you're going to look back and say, I'm so glad that I decided to commit to doing this. I'm so glad that I took that leap of faith and I said, I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to do this thing, and I'm doing it for me. Everybody else might be doing it for their own reasons, but I'm doing it for me, and I'm doing it because it's going to make me happy. It's going to make me feel good. It's going to help you in the future, and you'll be able to share it and inspire other loc queens and girls who want to start their loc journey. You'll be able to tell your story. You know, it just keeps going on and on and on. Yeah, those are the 5 tips. Oh, I will give you one bonus. Before you even start your loc journey, start tapping into the loc hair community. Like literally, I'm telling you, the loc hair community is so different. It is so different. I get a completely different vibe from the loc hair community. When we're in that community, we uplift each other. We share tips. We share our loc styles. Everybody is praising each other, and it's not just the women, but it's also the men. It's a full community. So find a loc community that works best for you, not the communities that go back and forth about who has real locks, who doesn't have real locks. Like, No, find a nice community of people that supports you, give you advice, encourages you, just gas you up, and you do the same thing, because it's going to help you throughout your journey. It's going to inspire you, it's going to motivate you to keep going, and then you're going to end up becoming that kind of person, I'm telling you, and you're going to be doing it for other people, and they're going to look at you and say, you know what, this girl is dope. She always shares tips, she always encourages me, her locks are so cute, just all of that. I wanted to share that with y'all. I wanted to share some good tips, coming from someone who's been locked for only 2 years. But I'm excited and I love this journey. This is honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I'm so glad that I chose this path. So if you're thinking about locking your hair, sis, this video is a sign for you. I should say sis or bro, queen or king, because males watch my videos too. Follow these tips that I provided for you and connect with me. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Octavia.Darling. I do engage, so if you following me if you found me from YouTube, then message me, let me know. I'll follow you back. You know what I mean? Have questions, I'll give you answers or at least try my best. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I love connecting with you all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with someone else that you think would be helpful information for. I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope you have an amazing week. So take care. Bye.